Georgia, like, the most underrated country ever? Okay, so like, have you guys ever heard of Georgia? No, not the state, the country. It's like this totally underrated gem nestled in the Caucasus Mountains. Seriously, it's mind-blowing, and I don't even know if mind-blowing is the right word because I'm pretty sure I left my mind back in Tbilisi, the capital. Anyway, I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey with me. We're talking breathtaking landscapes, ancient churches that look like they're straight out of a history book, and a culture that's so vibrant it's like a shot of espresso to your soul. Oh my god, Tbilisi. This city is like a photographer's dream. Like every corner you turn, there's something Instagram-worthy. The architecture is this crazy mix of like old-world charm and modern vibes, and the colors are insane. Seriously, it's like someone took a paintbrush and just went wild. We spent like hours just wandering around, getting totally lost in the narrow streets and soaking up the atmosphere. And the food? Don't even get me started on the food. We're talking cheesy breads, dumplings that will rock your world, and these things called khinkali, which are like soup dumplings but a million times better. Okay guys, so we rented a car and drove to Kazbegi, which is like this mountain paradise. The drive itself was insane, like winding roads through these massive mountains and like sheep everywhere. But the real highlight was hiking to Gergeti Trinity Church. I'm not gonna lie, the hike was a bit of a struggle for a lazy person like me. But the view from the top, totally worth it. Like you can see for miles, and the church itself is just like perched on the edge of a cliff. It's pretty epic. Okay, so if you know me, you know I love a good glass of wine. And let me tell you, Georgia is where it's at. Like, they've been making wine here for like 8,000 years or something crazy like that. We spent a few days in Kakheti, which is like the Napa Valley of Georgia. We visited these family-run wineries, drank our weight in wine, and learned all about the traditional winemaking process, which is actually pretty fascinating. And the best part? Georgian wine is actually really good. Like, dangerously good. Chapter 4, Batumi Beach Vibes Only. After all that wine, we decided to head to Batumi, which is like this cool coastal city on the Black Sea. It's like a totally different vibe from the rest of Georgia, with modern architecture and like a really cool arts and culture scene. We spent our days strolling along the beach, swimming in the Black Sea, which was like surprisingly warm and just like soaking up the sun. We also stumbled upon this amazing restaurant on the beach that served the best khachapuri I've ever had. Like, seriously, if you go to Batumi, you have to try it. Chapter 5. Mestia, this place is straight out of Game of Thrones. So we decided to get adventurous and head to Svaneti, which is like this remote region in the Caucasus Mountains. And let me tell you, this place is like something out of a fairy tale. We're talking like towering snow-capped peaks, lush green valleys, and these ancient stone towers that look like they're guarding the whole region. We stayed in this cute little guest house in Mestia, which is like the main town in Svaneti, and spent our days hiking, exploring the villages, and just like being amazed by the scenery. Chapter 6. Uplist Seeker, Ancient History and like really old rocks. Okay, so I'm a sucker for anything ancient. An Uplist Seeker did not disappoint. It's like this ancient cave city that was carved into the cliffs, and it's seriously impressive. Like, you can still see the outlines of the houses, the wine cellars, and even the theater. It's crazy to think that people were living here like thousands of years ago. It's definitely worth a visit if you're interested in history or just want to see something really cool. Chapter 7. Vardzia. Speaking of caves, Vardzia is another must-see in Georgia. It's like this massive cave monastery that was built into the side of a cliff, and it's even more impressive than Uplist. Like, there are hundreds of caves, and they're all connected by these tunnels and staircases. It's seriously like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. Okay, so I know we already talked about Svaneti, but I just have to give a shout out to the food. Like, the food in this region is next level good. We're talking like hearty stews, cheesy breads that are to die for, and these dumplings called kubdari that are filled with meat and spices. And the best part, everything is made with fresh local ingredients, so you know it's good. Okay, so Mtskheta is like the oldest city in Georgia, and it's seriously beautiful. It's home to some of the most important religious sites in the country, like the Javari Monastery and Svetitskoye Cathedral. Both are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and they're definitely worth a visit. Like, the architecture is stunning, and the history is fascinating. After all that exploring, we decided to end our trip in Borjomi, which is like this charming little spa town. It's famous for its mineral water, which is supposed to be like really good for you. We spent our days relaxing in the park, drinking mineral water from the springs and just like enjoying the peace and quiet. It was the perfect way to end our trip. Okay, so that's a wrap on our Georgian adventure. I'm seriously obsessed with this country, you guys. Like, the food, the culture, the scenery. It's all just so amazing. I can't recommend it enough. If you're looking for a travel destination that's off the beaten path, totally underrated, and guaranteed to blow your mind, then you need to add Georgia to your list. Like right now, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more travel vlogs. See you guys in the next one!